Hey there friends, how's it going? My name is Ignace, coming at you with another video talking about the beautiful, the amazing, the spectacular state of play that happened yesterday. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the state of play. We got lots of lore stuff for Clive and the game in general. So it's very spoilery. I wouldn't recommend watching it if you want to have no prior knowledge into going into the game. But overall, it was a fun state of play. The combat looked amazing, and I think one of the most beautiful and most coolest aspects of the whole thing has to be how great the UI looks, the world building, everything looks beautiful. So you can see in the background there's a lot of stuff happening right now. There's the world, the different types of biomes that they're showing. It's all great. We always see like this village, this specific place in like the opening trailer and stuff. But the funniest thing is that you get to play as Joshua, which is great. You get to play as Joshua. So first off, with this gameplay in the background, I just want to say that this state of play was huge for Final Fantasy 16. Not only did they show how great the system is, the world, the story, they also showed that Sony money, right? And that has led to many people pre-ordering the game much more after watching that state of play. Apparently, Final Fantasy 16 sales flew through the roof because of this state of play. So this is from Push Square. Final Fantasy 16 is flying up in sales charts after stellar state of play show, and that's just pre-orders by Robert Pamsey. I will leave a link to it in the description, of course. It's just wild to me that a state of play focused on one game, a lot of people watched it, and the most beautiful thing about this game is that it's one of the truest PS5 exclusive games currently. There's still a lot of games that are coming out on the PS4 and on the PS5, Street Fighter 6 for example, and even God of War itself was a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 cross-gen game. This seems to be one of those games that are going to be a true next-gen game, you know? So yeah, I'm excited for it. I truly am excited for it. The environments look great, the story, the characters, fantastic. Now the question is, of course, is it Game of the Year contender? I honestly believe that just like how Final Fantasy VII Remake was my Game of the Year, you're not gonna agree with it. It might have been your second Game of the Year. It might be your Game of the Year. Maybe it was The Last of Us Part 2 that was your Game of the Year. It wasn't for me. I never played Last of Us Part 2, but I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's why it was my Game of the Year. Final Fantasy 16, just like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think it will be a Game of the Year contender. Hands down, it is going to be a contender of Game of the Year. Right now, I can think of 3 games already that are Game of the Year contenders, which is going to be Final Fantasy 16, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Do I think Street Fighter 4 will be there? Maybe. But one thing I really like about Final Fantasy 16 is the character designs. Like, look at the younger version of Clive. He looks great. Honestly, the world itself looks fantastic. A lot of people have been comparing this game to The Witcher, Devil May Cry type stuff. Now, the best thing about that comparison is that a lot of people hold those two games very high on the list of what a good game is, what you think of when you see a great game. So when people say, oh, it's just Devil May Cry 5, oh, it's just The Witcher, I'm simply like, yeah, it is. It's a mixture of two worlds with the spice of Final Fantasy and just greatness all overall. I think this game is going to possibly be one of the most important video games of the PS5, right? And the reason I'm saying that, again, only PS5 exclusive game in a while that we got. It's not coming out on Xbox or PC. They might get a PC soon, But yeah, this is like one of the very few PS5 exclusive games out there. So yeah, I hope it does well. Another thing, there's a lot of side quests and hunts and, you know, fast traveling stuff that's going on. So there's a lot of backtracking that's gonna happen. But I'm okay with it. I'm truly okay with it. It seems like it'd be a fun walk back. The story is 35 hours long. If you want to 100% the game, like do all side quests, do everything, get the platinum trophy, do whatever you want with the game to get 100%, it'll be 75 to around 80 hours, I believe. But yeah, I think I'll just like start exploring the world and just looking at how beautiful the lighting is. Whoever did the lighting in this game, they need a raise. The entire team needs a raise, not raid. But for real though, this looks great. I can't stop watching this trailer, and that's a great thing because of that water effect, which was great. This is a Resident Evil 4 village now that I saw it. But yeah, it's not gonna be open world, which I'm actually perfectly fine with. All right, I don't like open world games as much as I used to. Right now, it feels very more repetitive, so I'm happy it's more like open hub world areas like God of War or something like that. It feels more condensed, yet if it's filled with a lot of stuff, I'll be happy with it. Like the NPCs that we saw recently in the trailer looked fantastic. Do I think this game is going to actually deliver? I think so. Yoshi P has done a great job with Final Fantasy 14, and I think Final Fantasy 16 is going to basically incorporate that, because a lot of people like Max Dillon, when he did his reaction to it, he said that this is basically Final Fantasy 14 offline, which is actually a great way to see it. But yeah, no, seriously, I am pretty excited for this. I think it would be great to see the different type of combos, styles, and just basically overall how fast the combat's gonna be, how amazing the combat's gonna be, how fast it's gonna feel, how great, all of that stuff. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, oh, why wasn't a demo announced at this state of play? I think a demo will only come around the time of the game's release. I think right now it's just too early. I think if we will get the demo in June, they'll announce it beginning of June, it'll release like a week or maybe a few days before the Final Fantasy 16 official release, because Forspoken had a demo, Final Fantasy 15 had many demos before it released. Kingdom Hearts actually had a demo after it released, I think. Yeah, I think it was after the game released, or was it on the day? I'm not too sure. But yeah, there has been a trend of demos for Square Enix games. Like we even had the Last of Us, the Life is Strange games, which I know different division, all of that. But yeah, there is Square Enix demos for their games. So yes, there is most likely going to be a demo. I'm not going to say 100% because you never really truly know, but I do believe there will be a demo. When it'll come out, the week off, if not the days before the game's release. So yeah, do I think this game is gonna be great? Yeah, the graphics fantastic, the story looks great, the world building looks amazing, the characters, the relationships, just everything looks amazing. I'm actually happy that Final Fantasy 16 is almost here. It's been a while since we got a mainline Final Fantasy game. That was Final Fantasy 15 all the way back in 2016. So it's been a long time. It's been 7 years since we got a mainline entry, and that's just wild to think about. But we're finally here, and after the game releases, we'll be making theory videos, we'll be making all of the stuff, and then the almighty, we will be doing predictions of when will Final Fantasy 17 come out and why that'll be in the year 2050. Final Fantasy 16 is one of the most highly anticipated games of this year, and I think it might actually deliver. I think it's gonna be an emotional tale. I think it's going to be a great game overall. One thing I want to say is that when I see Final Fantasy 16 and when I see Clive, I don't know for what reason, but I think of Guts from Berserk. I know that they're not very... I know like Guts and him are very different in nature, but man, when I see like a young Clive and like he's like a training, and then when he grows up he's like more like brutal and he's more like sadistic, I think of Guts. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've been watching Berserk a lot recently, but yeah. Do I think this game is going to be a 10 out of 10? Again, it's very subjective. I can simply say it's a 10 out of 10, but if you're a person who doesn't really like story games, you're not gonna like this. Maybe you will like it, maybe, who knows. Also Torgal is there. You can't really be mad if Torgal's there. And they put chunky, big, chubby Moogles in this game, which is just great. But yeah guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Are you excited for this game? I'm excited because Jill is here, and that's another person to the waifu list. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Leave a like, helps me a lot. Comment down in the comment section down below. What do you think? Are you excited for Final Fantasy 16? Are you hyped for Final Fantasy 16? Is it your game of the year, or do you not care the slightest of the game? Leave a like, helps me a lot. Comment down in the comment section down below what you guys think. Share with friends because sharing is caring. And most importantly, subscribe to become a fellow Lightning Bolt. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. And as always, this is Lightning H8. Blaze out.